Hi there. Hope you guys are doing really, really well. My name is Brian. I am a professional psychic medium. So if this reading found you, then maybe it's for you. I'm going to be trying a new sort of like form of reading. It's really not groundbreaking. This is going to be a collective for all the water signs. So Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. If you have that anywhere in your chart, then this reading might be for you. Okay. If you're looking to book a personal reading with me, you can do that through email, or you can submit the form on my website, which is, both of those are on my profile here on YouTube. Okay, let's see. What's going on for you guys, water signs? Interesting. I'm using a new deck today. I believe this is called the Eva Tarot, like IVA. I got it last night. But okay, let's dive in. Let's see what's going on. So bottom of the deck represents our challenge. So we have the Hanged Man. Okay, come on, Pisces, showing up in your own reading. Love that. Queen of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. Okay, so when the Queen of Pentacles comes out, Queen of Pentacles for me as a reader is a mom card. So when the Queen of Pentacles is in a challenge, I feel like with this Hanged Man and the Two of Wands, some of you may be struggling to like take care of yourself a little bit. This is how this is coming through. High Priestess. Wow, the Pisces in this reading is really popping the fuck off. I'm also a Pisces. But it feels like for some of you, the challenge right now is I am like literally sweating. I was literally been fine all morning. I sat down to film this video and I just instantly started sweating, which is how I know that this is like a kind of reading. So with the High Priestess here as well, I feel like some of you are struggling to kind of like, the way I'm hearing this is like see yourself properly, like for who you are, but also like with that Queen of Pentacles, I feel like some of you might be running into this issue of like, well, I don't really know how to take care of myself. Oftentimes with the Queen of Pentacles in the challenge, it's a mother wound. So we may have had like an emotionally immature mother or like an emotionally distant mother. And so now I feel like for a lot of you, the challenge is kind of stepping up to the plate and remothering yourself a little bit here, you know? I really feel like some of you are also having trouble following your gut, like following your intuition here. Obviously meditation is coming through. So like needing to meditate is something that is very common for like spiritual blocks. It's a common advice that I give a lot. Easier said than done, of course, setting aside time to meditate for us. But it really just kind of feels like some of you need to get back in tune with yourself, with who you are, you know, and really understand what it is that your body is kind of asking you for right now, what it is that your intuition is asking you for, what's your mind asking you for. This is really the challenge here. I know I'm spending a lot of time on the challenge, but it really does feel like, how do I meet my own needs? That's kind of how this is translating to me. But let's get into the actual reading, into the nitty gritty. So you start off with the King of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like for some of you, there's almost like this feeling of, some of you could be very artistic, very creative. Most Pisces tend to be. Most water signs tend to be. This is not Pisces exclusive. There's just a lot of Pisces energy here. But water signs, it feels like with that King of Wands and this Six of Pentacles, this is a tough reading. Some of you, the way I'm hearing it is like you feel like you've lost your flair. I feel like with the Six of Pentacles, some of you could be creative in the job market, and it feels like you are, with that King of Wands, are kind of like, well, what am I really passionate about right now? I feel like for some of you, this is going to be really specific. The name Ariel just came through, Ariel. This is going to be really specific for someone. It feels like you, like if you're an artist or like a painter or photographer or something, the way my guides are giving this to me is like the scope of your interest has shifted, and I almost feel like you don't really know what to do about it. You know, it feels like you're kind of like, okay, let's say you were like a wedding photographer for so many years, and now you're like, oh, I want to be like a floral. I want to photograph flowers all day. It feels like that shift is kind of throwing you for a loop because it's almost like I feel like you're doubting yourself. Am I really interested in this, or have I lost interest in the passion as a whole? Because you've also got the Six of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. So this is really, really loud, water signs. Has your lens of focus shifted, Or have you fallen out of love with the creative endeavors that you're currently doing? And I feel like this is really throwing y'all for a loop. I can't decide if I want to use a different deck to clarify. I think I'm gonna. I'm really being thrown to this deck. This is a tough spot. I feel like a lot of you are between like a rock and a hard place right now. Ace of Wands. You can't make this shit up. Okay, with the Ace of fucking Wands coming out, like I really, again, and this just fell out too, 10 of Pentacles. Like I said, for a lot of you, you're creative and it's how you survive. Okay, this is like a professional creative, okay? This is not someone who draws as a hobby, you draw as a career, or you photograph as a career. You're doing the field of creativity, you're in it for money, okay? This is so random. Again, I don't know who this is for. Ace of Pentacles. You can't make it up. France is coming through. Like, I don't know why that. I just heard France really loud. You could have traveled to France recently. Maybe you're into like maybe it's like you draw French things, or like you're into some like sect of creativity around France. I don't know. Yeah, I really feel like this reading, it reads like a book for you guys today. Ace of Pentacles with the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is like apathy, not really caring. Four of Cups is a little bit of like the way I describe this to my clients is someone's like, hey, do you want to do this thing? And you're just kind of like, what'd you say? And then they're like, oh, do you want to do this thing with me? And you're like, oh, you know, I'm a little busy today. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of Four Cups energy for me as a reader. And Ace of Pentacles is money. It is a gift from the divine as well. Aces are gifts from the divine. So to have two aces here, it feels like you are very, it's almost like your guides want you to know that, like, this is tough how I'm hearing it. Obviously, purpose is something that we have to decide for ourselves. You know, what is my purpose here? That's not something tarot is going to give you. But I feel like this is a very clear indication that for a lot of you, the creative path is the path you're meant to walk here. You know, it's like your soul, I feel like, came back here to be creative, to do creative things. And I feel like you should remember that. This is not something you should lose sight of. You know, the way I'm hearing it, the way my guides are giving this to me is like you feel free when you're creating. And I really do feel like, yeah, the moon, Cancer, Pisces energy. So again, it really does feel like strong Cancerian that just came through. Like I saw Cancer and then they highlighted it for me, which means there's like an extra. But with the moon here, I feel like you're just kind of afraid right now. I feel like you are entertaining the fear way more than you probably should be. Because the way I'm hearing it, yeah, Page of Cups. Y'all water signs are showing up for your own fucking reading today. Okay, with the Page of Cups here, it's like you need to acknowledge that you really do love what you do. You know, I really do feel like Six of Cups, bottom of the deck. King of Cups, bottom of the deck. Nine of Pentacles. You fucking love what you do. Okay, you are very emotionally invested in what you are doing. And I feel like you need to give your emotions space, and you need to give yourself space to feel that, okay? It kind of feels like you're running away from something right now, and I'm not really sure what it is. The cards haven't said that to me. Maybe they will, but it's like, oh, wait. I just looked at your clarifying row because I have not looked at your clarifying row. Strength in the Six of Wands. Are we afraid of success, babe? Are we actually afraid that you might take off? You might pop off here. You might go viral. Whatever this is for you. You might get new clients. You might get a, you know, if you're a photographer, what are those? A collection. My brain shuts off when I channel, but it's like when you go to like a museum, they like show a collection or something. I can't think of the word right now. But with that strength and the Six of Wands, you may feel a little bit like a fish out of water here. And I'm not saying that as a water sign pun. Okay. It genuinely feels like you may feel a little bit alienated to success. Like you may not have gotten a lot of success. So when it does kind of creep up on your door or like knock on your door, you're kind of like, am I really ready for that? I feel like you need to be aware that this is self-sabotage. This is like very heavy imposter syndrome. With that strength in the Six of Wands, you are very well equipped for victory here. Okay. So random. This is just, it's being said to me, so I'm going to say it. Gemini. You may have Gemini in your chart here. This is not like a specific Gemini reading. Obviously, I said this is for water signs, but you may have Gemini in the chart. But it really does feel like you're running from success a little bit here. Why? Show me. Emperor. Oh, the way my guide just gave this to me is really funny. Aversion to responsibility. I just heard aversion to responsibility. I mean, come on, guys. The Six of Wands is clarified by the Six of Wands. Are we fucking kidding? With the Emperor here and the Six of Wands, I feel like for some of you, you know that this is almost like once I get started, I'm not stopping. So for those of you that don't know a lot about me, I will give you this little bit of a tidbit for a real life like example of what I'm talking about. So I used to co-own a business, and then me and my business owner, my co-business owner decided to split. And I took, like, I stream on Twitch, if you guys don't know as well. I stream tarot 3 days a week, but I took a month off of like tarot readings after we closed so I could handle the closing of my business, the reopening of my new LLC, like doing everything like business wise. And I took that month off because I knew that once my new business got up and running and things got up and running, sorry, I'm eating my beard. If you keep seeing me do that, that's why. I knew I was not going to stop. It was just going to be like go and go and go and go and go. And so I took a little bit of a break. It feels like for some of you, you may be dealing with this. You're like, okay, I know that once I get started, I'm not going to stop. And so it's okay to take a little bit of a break here, but make sure you don't get caught in that web of inactivity, okay? Because you've got the Four of Wands and the Seven of Cups, literally. I feel like there's a little bit also of like a, what do I commit to right now? I feel like that's where you're also at a little bit right now. Like, do I commit to this? Do I commit to that? I just got a text, so I feel like some of you, like, you might be getting, my eye just got really itchy too. I don't know where. You may be getting like signs from your own guides. You may be ignoring them because, like I said, water signs are very intuitive. You know, I feel like you guys are getting signs here, but I feel like you may be ignoring them a little bit. This to me feels a little bit of like a very heavy Scorpio energy coming through with the Four of Wands and the Seven of Cups. Be careful with doing everything all or nothing. You know, as a water sign, Scorpio tends to be, I also have Scorpio in my big three, so I got Pisces and Scorpio here. It tends to manifest for me and a lot of other Scorpios I know as like 0 or 100. You know, it's just I'm either going or I'm not. And I feel like some of you are struggling here with what to commit to because you're gonna play the field like that. You're either gonna run as fast as you can, or you're gonna like hobble along. There is a middle ground, okay? We can take a middle ground here. I feel like there is a pace between sprinting and hobbling, you know? And I feel like you guys may be forgetting that. Yeah, King of Wands, because I feel like once you get excited about something, once you get passionate about something, you kind of pour your whole heart into it, which is okay. It's totally cool. You know, I get it. Like I said, I'm feeling you guys. I am included in this water collective, okay? But if I'm calling you out, I'm calling me out. So don't worry. It feels like with the King of Wands, you've got the Three of Cups here. You really do kind of pour, the way my guides are saying this is like your entire heart and soul into what you're doing, and then you feel disappointed sometimes when things don't pan out the way that you want them to. You know, like I will give you another real world example. If y'all followed me on TikTok, it's where I came from. You know, I had close to 16,000 followers on TikTok, which is not like an obscene amount. It's a really good amount, but I have 43 subscribers here on YouTube, you know? So if this reading resonates, feel free to subscribe. But I understand the little bit of like, oh, is it me? You know, you put content out and, you know, you're like, oh, is it me? Is that why this isn't panning out for me? And I feel like some of you are struggling with that. You're like, it's a little bit of a rejection wound, right? Because you're like, well, what if I do that? What if I change my, let's go with the camera again? You're a photographer. You're like, well, what if I change from wedding to floral photography? And people don't want that. Babe, I promise you, you will find the people that are meant to find you, okay? What is meant for you will never pass you by. Say that mantra to yourself all the time. I said it to myself for years. I even remind myself of it all the time now. Okay, but you have to be the one to take the risk here. Ace of Cups. You have to trust that passion begets passion. Yes, Empress. Oh, the Divine Feminine, Queen of Cups. Girls, come on. Girls, gays, days. You gotta trust that tapping into that divine feminine power, that divine feminine energy of creation. The word I just heard also was ascension. Interesting. Ascension. Okay, thank you. My guide just corrected me. Ascension symptoms. Ascension symptoms can sometimes be like physical sickness, you know, like if we're having like a spiritual awakening, we can get a fever or be physically sick. So if you are physically sick and you've been thinking it's ascension symptoms, this is a little bit, I feel like that's a nod for you. Okay. But with the Empress, the Queen of Cups, and the Ace of Cups here, you need to recognize within yourself that, like I said earlier, passion begets passion. Okay. If people see that you are passionate about what you're doing, they're going to be attracted by it. Okay. There is something very alluring about someone who is passionate with what they're doing. So if you are going to switch over from wedding photography to floral, do it with passion, do it with, gusto. I don't even think that's a real word, but like, you know, fanfare, you know, make it ostentatious a little bit, you know, really throw yourself out there and show people, hey, look at how passionate I am here. And I promise you guys, you will find what you're looking for. Okay. All right. I'm going to end the reading here. If this resonated with you, if you like my reading style, please feel free to like, subscribe, all the YouTube things now. So, like I said, if you want to book a personal reading, it's through email and my website, which is linked here. And I stream tarot 3 days a week on Twitch, Wednesday night, EST, 6 to 8 EST, Friday, same time, and Saturday, EST from 4 to 6. So you can catch me there. And until the next video, I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your day, rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon, okay? Bye.